Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to design these garden hand tools. The first one we're going to design in this video is this hand hoe. So you can look at it from this perspective. It's optimized for 3D printing, which I'll talk about some as we design it, but this is what we'll be making, so let's go ahead and get started. So if you've been following along with Fusioneers, this is our Fusioneers folder. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder, and it's going to say hand garden tools, and then open that up and then make a new file here. I'm going to do hand hoe. And so if you'll notice from the collection, these are pretty similar, really. We're just changing, the kind of tool aspect of them. So the first thing we need to do is to make a rectangle here. And I just need to remember how long I made this rectangle. So it's 110 millimeters from there to this flat surface. So let's go ahead and go back to the sketch, and then we'll start here. And we're going to create a rectangle. I'm just going to use the origin here. So it's 110 millimeters long. So I'm going to click D for dimension, make that 110. And before I forget, I'll turn on my kind of highlighters here, and then I believe I made it 30 millimeters wide. Yeah, so 30 millimeters wide. So dimension with the D shortcut key, and then dimension it out to 30 millimeters. And then down here, we're going to make this using the R shortcut key, which is the 2-point rectangle. And then I think this is, maybe it's 40. Let's see. I'll need to go check that in a second as well. We need to make this colinear with that line. And now the last thing to do is just to constrain it this way and also in space. So let's go back here to make sure that I do it the same as I did this one. And the reason I go back and forth is because I do a lot of guess and check when I'm making these. So this is 100 millimeters wide, and then let's see how thick it is. 40. Okay. So it's 40, we got that right. This is 100, 100. And then we want this in the center. So this is a little short. This is a little trick that I like to do. If you just draw a straight line here, this is at the midpoint of these two lines. So now we know this is in the middle, and then we can make it a construction line by clicking on it and then click X, which is the construction line type. So it just alternates between construction and the regular line. And then you can select midpoint and then select this, and then click and hold, or you can make sure that the smaller rectangle line there is highlighted, and then it snaps to the midpoint of that. So now this is centered and symmetric on each side. Okay, so click finish sketch. That's all we're going to do for now. So actually we need to do one more thing. I forgot about this. So go back into the sketch, and then we're actually going to draw a straight line across the middle here. And that's going to be for our chamfer later. So now we can go ahead and extrude this out. So we're going to go -30. And then we're also going to go ahead and turn this back on and extrude this out a little bit further than 30. So we're going to click join. And then let's see, probably did about 70, so we need to check that as well. So it's 80 millimeters from there to there. So we just need to come back here, make sure we go 80 millimeters, so -80. Okay, and so this is the rough outline of it. Turn the sketch off, and now we can fillet the corners here. So this is going to be, I think I used 5 there. And then I might have used more in this corner, so I'm going to go ahead and add. And the reason I click add is this lets me make a different amount of fillet here. I want to say this one was maybe 15. So that looks pretty close. I'm going to click OK. And let's just check here before I go any further. So this one was 15. These were 5. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we're just going to need to add this chamfer here. So modify chamfer. and then this is going to be 20 to make it all the way out there. And I actually want to go back in space here and then edit this feature. So now I'll put this behind. Actually, it's selecting the wrong one. So I want to make sure I have the 5 selected, and then that's going to fillet that, and then also this. And then click OK. And now we're going to do modify chamfer. And this is going to be 5 on each of these corners here, or edges. And so I think that's pretty close. Yes, we had that. Okay. So this is the hoe design. One thing I did forget also is to just select this face, and that gives it a little nice end there. This is how I made the hoe, and the reason that I made it this way is obviously you could leave this off, but this gives it a lot of reinforcement. So if you're actually using this, this is a good practice file regardless of if you used it or not. But if you're using it, you can imagine there's a lot of kind of pressure or force here, and this really reinforces things. So this is just really for strength purposes. You could leave it off, but it'll create a pretty high stress point there in the 90-degree angle. So adding a chamfer like this really makes it a lot stronger. So this is the design. So if we click A, you can go over to plastic and then select ABS, and then we can make this, whatever color we want here. So make it kind of a similar color blue. And then now we have the file. So I think that those match up pretty well overall. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you all today. So hopefully that was helpful, and you can use these files if you want in your own garden, or modify it however you see fit. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.